Beren Saat's story is much more than the journey of a successful actress. It is the story of a quiet young woman whose determination, talent, and emotional depth transformed her into one of the most respected performers of her generation. Throughout her career, she has never relied solely on beauty or popularity. Instead, she became known for bringing unforgettable characters to life with extraordinary authenticity. Many of the women she portrayed did not simply remain on television screens. They became part of people's memories, emotions, and conversations. Today, Beren Saat is recognized not only as an actress but as an artist whose performances have left a lasting mark on Turkish television and audiences around the world. Yet behind every unforgettable role lies a journey filled with patience, courage, and relentless dedication. Everything began in February of 1984 in Ankara, Turkey. Born into a modest and educated family, Beren grew up in a peaceful environment where learning and curiosity were encouraged. As a child, she was thoughtful, observant, and naturally reserved. Rather than seeking attention, she preferred to watch the world around her, quietly studying people and their emotions. Looking back, those early years of observation would become one of the greatest foundations of her acting career. Long before she stepped onto a film set, she had already begun learning how human emotions truly worked. Education played an important role in her upbringing. She attended TED Ankara College, where she developed discipline, responsibility, and a love of learning. Later, she enrolled in Baskent University to study business administration. At that time, very few people imagined that she would eventually become one of Turkey's most celebrated actresses. Even Beren herself could not have predicted how dramatically her life was about to change. Sometimes a single opportunity has the power to redirect an entire future. That opportunity arrived when she entered the television competition Türkiye'nin Yıldızları, a talent contest designed to discover new actors. Although she finished in second place, the competition became the greatest victory of her life. Her natural presence and emotional performances attracted the attention of acclaimed producer and director Tomris Giritlioglu. Recognizing her extraordinary potential, Giritlioglu offered Beren the opportunity to begin a professional acting career. That single decision marked the beginning of a journey that would eventually influence the history of Turkish television. Her first television experiences came through productions such as Aşkımızda Ölüm Var and Aşka Sürgün. She was still young and relatively unknown, determined to prove herself within a highly competitive industry. Every day on set became another lesson. She understood that lasting success is never achieved overnight. Each scene improved her confidence, each character expanded her emotional range, and every project prepared her for greater challenges ahead. Her first major breakthrough came with the historical drama Hatırla Sevgili. Through the character of Yasemin, audiences discovered an actress capable of delivering deeply emotional performances with remarkable sincerity. Critics praised her ability to communicate complex feelings without exaggeration. It became clear that Beren Saat possessed something far more valuable than popularity. She had genuine artistic depth. She was no longer viewed simply as a promising newcomer but as one of the strongest dramatic actresses of her generation. Yet the role that would forever define an era arrived with Aşk Memnu. Her portrayal of Bitter Yuriolu became one of the most iconic performances in Turkish television history. Bitter was a woman torn between passion, guilt, loneliness, desire, and impossible choices. Bringing such emotional complexity to life required extraordinary skill, and Beren delivered a performance that continues to be admired many years later. Even today, audiences still discuss Bitter's story with the same passion they felt when the series first aired. Aşk Memnu became far more than a television series. It grew into a cultural phenomenon watched by millions across Turkey and later by audiences around the world. As the series expanded into international markets, Beren Saat's reputation reached countries far beyond her homeland. Her work introduced countless international viewers to Turkish television, helping establish Turkey as one of the world's leading producers of dramatic series. Rather than repeating the same formula, Beren deliberately chose projects that challenged her emotionally and artistically. This philosophy led her to Fatma Gül'ün Suçu Ne?, one of the most demanding roles of her career. Fatma Gül's story centered on trauma, survival, justice, and healing. Portraying such a painful emotional journey required extraordinary sensitivity and psychological depth. Beren approached the role with remarkable honesty, allowing audiences to experience every stage of the character's transformation. The impact of Fatma Gül'ün Suçu Ne? extended far beyond Turkey. The series achieved enormous success across the Middle East, the Balkans, Southern Europe, Latin America, and many other regions. Millions of viewers connected with Fatmagül's resilience and courage. Through this performance, Beren Saat became one of the most internationally recognized Turkish actresses of her generation, proving that authentic storytelling can transcend every language and culture. As her career continued to evolve, she embraced increasingly diverse roles. In Intikam, she explored darker psychological territory through a complex story of revenge and justice. Later, in the film Benim Dünyam, she portrayed a young woman who was both deaf and blind, delivering one of the most emotionally demanding performances of her career. The role demonstrated not only technical excellence but also profound empathy and commitment to portraying human experience with dignity and respect. Another remarkable chapter arrived with Muhteşem Yüzyıl, Kösem. Playing Kösem Sultan, one of the most influential women in Ottoman history, required an entirely different level of preparation. She carefully studied the historical context, political complexity, and emotional strength of the character. Her performance successfully balanced authority, intelligence, vulnerability, and determination, earning praise from both audiences and critics. As streaming platforms transformed global entertainment, Beren once again adapted to a changing industry. Netflix's Atiye introduced her to a worldwide audience through a story that blended mystery, mythology, spirituality, and psychological drama. The series demonstrated her ability to evolve alongside modern storytelling while maintaining the emotional authenticity that had always defined her work. Once again, she proved that great acting has no borders. Away from the cameras, Beren has consistently chosen to keep her private life as separate as possible from her professional career. Although her relationship and later marriage to renowned musician Kenan Doğulu attracted considerable public attention, she never allowed celebrity culture to overshadow her artistic identity. For her, the work has always mattered more than the headlines. She preferred to let her performances speak louder than public speculation. Throughout her career, Beren Saat has received countless awards, including multiple Golden Butterfly Awards and numerous Best Actress honors. Yet perhaps her greatest achievement cannot be measured through trophies alone. It can be seen in the enduring power of the characters she created. Bitter, Fatmagül, Yasemin, Kösem, and Atiye continue to inspire discussion years after their stories first reached audiences. Few actors succeed in creating characters that become timeless. Beren has accomplished this repeatedly. One of the qualities that truly distinguishes her is her approach to preparation. She never simply memorizes dialogue. She studies each character's psychology, body language, motivations, and emotional history until every performance feels completely authentic. As a result, no two characters she portrays ever resemble one another. Although audiences always recognize Beren Saat, each role introduces an entirely different human being. Today, Beren Saat represents much more than an award-winning actress. She symbolizes artistic courage, emotional honesty, and the pursuit of excellence. Her work has contributed significantly to the international success of Turkish television, bringing powerful stories to viewers across continents. Through her performances, audiences from different cultures have discovered that emotions such as love, loss, hope, fear, and resilience speak a universal language. Her story reminds us that truly great artists are defined not only by talent but by the courage to take risks. Rather than choosing comfortable or predictable roles, she consistently sought characters that challenged both herself and her audience. That willingness to grow has made her one of the most respected actresses of her generation. From a quiet girl growing up in Ankara to an internationally recognized performer, Beren Saat has written an extraordinary story through determination and artistic integrity. Yet her journey is still unfolding. New roles, new challenges, and new stories continue to await her. Years from now, people will remember Beren Saat not only for the unforgettable series in which she starred but for the emotions she awakened in millions of hearts. She will be remembered as an artist who gave every character a soul, who transformed scripts into unforgettable human experiences, and who proved that the greatest legacy of an actor is not measured by awards or fame, but by the lasting emotional connection created with audiences around the world.